B-Mac, in a word, wow, but we must delve deeper than just that. This offense has been spectacular.
Yeah.
The ingenuity, the play call, the design, the way they're working all of the targets, and not to mention no Jalen Waddle in this explosion of offense. How do you put into words what you just saw out of the Miami Dolphins?
It feels like I'm watching basketball. Like, they're like the Golden State Warriors of the NFL. They can score in so many different ways, and they can score extremely fast. You gave all the quality sound bites that's associated with the Miami Dolphins, Joe, but one thing you missed, speed. They have speed. You cannot coach speed. Either you have it or you don't. And it's hard to defend speed when you have multiple guys that can take advantage of their speed or the lack thereof against the individual they're going against, because they can always get around. This team is so fun to watch. Mike McDaniels is like a mad scientist. He's so creative with his offense, putting his outstanding speed guys in positions to be successful. And we just found out about a new toy. They were hiding in the back of the garage, an A-Chain. If you remember, A-Chain coming from A&M was considered one of the fastest running backs that was available in the draft. They ended up bringing him to Miami. Now he's been implemented into their game plan. So this is another Ferrari you have to worry about when you're going against the Miami Dolphins. They already have a Lamborghini, a Bugatti. Now you talk about an older Ferrari and Raheem Mostert. Now they got a brand new 2024 Ferrari and Devon A-Chain. Good luck.
Looks like they might have Max Verstappen behind the wheel right now, and Tua Tagovailoa driving it beautifully to all of those targets.
His garage is nice.
I mean, it's hard not to succeed, but I think it is time we give this man the credit he is due. And you gave it to him after week 1, B-Mac, that MVP future.
I did.
Moving in the right direction right now. Orchestrating an offense that's gone for 1,650 yards already this season. What have you seen out of Tua? Maturation in any place different than years past?
I'm seeing a guy that's playing with so much confidence right now. He believes in the system. He's having fun, most importantly, but he is taking shots down the football field. Remember, that was his calling card when he was playing at Alabama. When you talk about the wide receivers, the fast wide receivers he had the luxury of throwing the football to, they were taking shots down the football field. Tua's having so much fun. And you're right, Joe. Week 1, when they put up that onslaught of points against the Chargers, I said Tua, if he's healthy, he will win the MVP. And one thing about old B-Mac, I don't just talk just to talk. I went out and I bought a ticket. MVP ticket for Tua Tagovailoa. It was plus 900 at that time. I hope you guys listened to what I was saying and followed my advice and went and got a ticket, because that juice is coming out of that orange right now. You're not going to get the same odds that I got, that I was lucky enough to get.
A lot of football to be played, but nobody looking better right now than Tua Tagovailoa.
Stay healthy.
And that Miami offense, that is the key, staying healthy, and that's some healthy scoring. 70 points for the Fish here against the Broncos, where, you know, that might be another conversation for another day. The Broncos, their defense, whatever's going on there under the new regime. This is the most points in a game since 1966 and the most since the merger. Let's get you back out to the site of this history where NFL analyst Trent Green joins us now. Trent, you've seen a lot of football. You've played a lot of football. Moments like these are few and far between. How do you put into words what you just witnessed up close and personal, this outstanding Miami offense?
Well, it's nearly impossible to put into words, but I'm going to try. And it's just wow, right? It's like, this is incredible. You know, you come into the game and you know, okay, this is the #1 ranked offense. It's one of the top scoring offenses. Tua is the leader in terms of passing yards. What's going to happen in this game? You talk to the Broncos, as we did this week. They felt very confident. They said, well, we lost both games, but it was by a total of 3 points. We feel good about our game plan. We feel like offensively we're moving the ball in the first half. We just got to get the second half fixed. You know, all the right things were said coming into this. By no means did we think it was going to be this type of blowout and the type of production that they had. Remember, coming into this game, they had no Jalen Waddle. He was declared inactive, so it's like, okay, you got Berrios and Craig Kraft. Robbie Chosen's coming up off the practice squad. You know, how good is this offense going to be? And then it was just an explosion. Over 700 yards of offense, 70 points. It was a phenomenal day offensively for the Dolphins.
No, there is no substitute for speed unless you have literal substitutes for speed. We saw A-Chain pick up some of that slack
right.
offensively in this one. Let's talk about speed. 5 fastest times on field. We saw a graphic during your broadcast belong to the Miami Dolphins. We know what it does in a play, but what does speed do pre-snap for a defense? What does speed do mentally to a team trying to have to prepare for all that the Miami Dolphins do possess?
I've talked to defensive players over the years when they face Tyreek Hill, and I said, what's the one thing you go into the game, think, okay, this guy's fast, and then when you see him on the field, what's the one thing that jumps out to you? And it's angles. They all think, oh, I'm taking a pretty good angle. This guy's not as fast as what they're saying. Then all of a sudden he hits that other gear. And that was the first touchdown pass of the day, the 54-yarder to Tyreek, where he got behind the defense. The safety Jackson's in position, but he takes a bad angle, so Tyreek's able to get to the sideline, get up, and get into the end zone. So with that type of speed, it breaks it down. If you don't get a hand on them early, and they're able to get up to 20 miles an hour, 21, 22 miles an hour, as we saw Tyreek Hill get up to today, that's a whole different level of speed. And when you're dealing with that as a defense, the pressure is on you to get hands on them. Well, if you put hands on them and you miss, or you attempt to put hands on them and miss, then you're just done. It's done because you can't catch up to them. So that's where the speed factor falls into it. You can get a 3-yard play that turns into a 30-yard play. You get a 5-yard play, turn into a 50-yard play. The speed factor is so difficult. And then, as you guys have mentioned, as I heard you saying coming into this, they've got speed everywhere. And that was without Jalen Waddle. You know, all of a sudden A-Chain comes in and he's over 200 yards rushing. Mostert, I know you called him an old guy. He's the 9th year in the league, but he's still running a 4.3. You know, he had 142 yards of total offense, 60 receiving, 82 rushing. It's just a phenomenal day when you can spread the ball around. You're confident like Tua. He was at halftime 16 of 16. He didn't throw an incompletion until about 5 minutes into the third quarter. So when you're as efficient as Tua is, you're accurate as Tua is, you've got the speed after the catch or the handoffs or the screens or whatever it may be, this is going to be a tough offense. And they got back Teron Armstead, their left tackle. The offensive line's been playing very well prior to today. They played incredible today.
Yeah, maybe shouldn't be sneaking up on anybody in good health. This Miami team scored some points a year ago.
Next week at Buffalo, guys. That's going to be a big one.
We got a big one coming, and it's all coming your way. Trent, we appreciate you, as always, for taking the time here on CBS Sports HQ. And it is going to be a team to watch here in the weeks and months to come. The Miami Dolphins, once again, spectacular. And you can watch them this season on CBS Plenty and streaming on Paramount Plus. It's your team on the stream. Take them with you. Download the Paramount Plus app and enjoy.